right, we finally reached part C, and when we get to part C, things get a little bit more involved. You're going to have to do all of your answers, obviously, in the answer booklet, but they just take a little bit more thought and a little bit more time. So definitely take your time in part C. Question number 66 through 69 all deal with a topographic map, which is in your answer booklet. It's right here. And question number 66 specifically asks for drawing three lines, the 480-meter line, the 500-meter line, and the 520-meter line. So we're going to draw some topo map lines or topographic lines right on this chart here. So I'm going to start with the 480 line. You can actually see that it's just stopped right here, and we need to connect it to the other side. Here's the other 480, and we need to connect it to over here, but we have to go in between numbers. So 480 is going to continue from this, and it's going to obviously go between 470 and 490. And if you look around the map, you always want to check to make sure there's no numbers, or if there are any numbers that are 480. There is one right there. So I want to hit that spot up there. It's going to make like this V shape. And then I want to come back down again underneath of that 490 and connect it over to here. So make sure they're definitely touching the lines on either side. There's 480. Let's draw 500. So again, come across the page, look for any 500s that might be there. We're going to go halfway in between 510 and 490, so right down the middle there. It's got to come up this direction and between 520 and 480. And then we're going to come back down again. And again, we want to stay under the larger number, so under 510, under 515, and then connect it to the other side to 500 right there. And then finally, here's my 520 beginning. And I'm going to go in between, so 510's down below, and I'm going in between these lines. You don't want them to touch, so you got to be really slow and careful. There's a 520 there that I'm going to touch and make sure I hit it, because if you don't hit it, that's actually going to be wrong. And then you lose a lot of points just for all this work. So again, be careful, slow yourself down, and I'm going to connect it again to the other side. And now I have all three lines correctly drawn. So there's the answer to question number 66.